Morning, everybody. No, it's not morning anymore. It's afternoon. Anyway, Esme from Greenwich Apothecary, and I thought I'd show you what I was up to this morning. And I am officially a red-hot mess. Been a busy morning. I had my shamanic healing circle this morning. There's Sedona. He's always got something to say. Anyway, let's get started with what I wanted to show you. So this morning, I am making a facial cream, and I've had really good success with it, and so have my clients. I designed it to be a facial cream and moisturizer, ideally used at night because of all of the oils. You know, it's really not a daytime weight moisturizer unless you have extremely dry skin. So what we already have in the pot now, I just finished stirring in the last of the organic beeswax. But the other things in here are the calendula lavender oil that I made last year from herbs and flowers grown right here. Organic cocoa butter. Organic aloe vera gel. And organic rosewater. So that's what's already, no, I take that back. The cocoa butter, the oil, and the organic beeswax are what's already in here. So now that everything in here is melted, oh, and there's also vitamin A and vitamin E in there. Now that everything's all melted, I'm going to turn the heat off, and that has to cool, and then I'll bring you back in a few minutes to show you what happens next. So here you can see I have moved the oils and the beeswax to a bowl to let it cool and begin to solidify just a little bit before adding the rose water and the aloe vera and the essential oil that I've chosen to use for fragrance this year. So those things are mixed in here. And you know the old saying, oil and water don't mix? That's entirely true, unless, of course, you make them. And I'm going to make them. And I'll show you how in just a minute. Now, I will tell you, while we're waiting for the cooling process to take place, that I have had, as have my clients, a really good success with this facial cream. People ask me all the time, how does my skin look like it does on the cusp of my 65th birthday? And really, the only thing that I can say is this cream is the only thing I put on my face. Nobody asked you, Sedona. I'm sure that was probably some kind of comment about my age or whatever. Anyway, so like I said before, it is ideal for a nighttime moisturizer because it's a little heavier than what most people would wear during the daytime. But what was really exciting to me is when I first started producing it, I had a few clients who began using it just out of inspiration on eczema and psoriasis. And those who were using it with eczema had great success. It actually started clearing it up. And a couple of people had similar success with psoriasis plaques. I have another salve that I make that everyone has had success with for psoriasis. My daughter-in-law uses it all the time to keep her psoriasis plaques at bay. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah. So I'll be back in a minute. Well, once it starts to cool a little bit, I'll show you the process of how you can convince oil and water to mix. So I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm hoping you can. I just took it out of the refrigerator, and you can see that the oils and beeswax and cocoa butter are starting to harden on the sides of the bowl. But I pretty much need most of it to get to that consistency before I can add the hydrosols, which are the liquid ingredients. So we'll give it a few more minutes here. Let it continue cooling. And maybe reposition my camera. I think I've shared with all of you before. That looks like it might be a little better angle. That better? I don't know who I'm asking. Anyway, if this is a lazy Sunday afternoon for you and you're not uber busy with the mundane tasks of the week, check back later because I will be posting another video with some very exciting news. In the meantime, I'll check back with you in a minute. Okay, so here we go again. This is about the consistency I'm looking for, like a really soft oil-based lip balm. And just a heads up, I'm actually going to try something that I have not done before, and that's use my immersion blender, which is a fairly new toy of mine, to incorporate the hydrosols into the oil and beeswax mixture. So I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go. It's anybody's guess, and hopefully this thing isn't so loud that you are not able to hear me. But anyway, in this cup is the rosewater, aloe vera, distilled water, and essential oils. So here we go. Hopefully this works and I don't end up with this splattered all over my kitchen. That would be bad. So as I add the hydrosols, it will begin to thicken. And you can see that happening already. Wow, that's really loud. Can you see the thickening? So this is what it's starting to look like. At this point here, we're almost at a lotion consistency, but that's not what we're going for. We want a cream. So we're going to keep going. Sorry about the noise. Sorry that my hand is in the way. I have to figure out this whole video thing. So as you can see, as I continue to add the hydrosols, it continues to thicken. Here we go with the noise again. I'm just going to continue to leave it for a little bit longer. Wow, that's a lot of noise. That is a really, really, really lot of noise. And you can see how thick it has become. And as it begins to cool, it's still a little bit on the warm side. It will thicken up even more until it's the consistency of a really, really nice, soft, smooth cream. Let me show you, what did I do with that jar? Oh, here it is. This is the jar of my own that I'm currently using. So you can see what it looks like when it's completely done. So it does become a nice thick cream, and that's about the size right there. That's all you would need for your entire face. So what you would do is just take that between your first two fingers, smooth it around a little bit, nice and soft and smooth, and then you go ahead and apply that to your face and neck, and then pop yourself off to bed. This one, I think, yeah, this is lavender, so it smells really pretty. The oil that I chose for this year is actually an essential oil blend called Bliss, which I really love. It is both refreshing and invigorating, but at the same time relaxing. It's one of my favorite essential oil blends. So I'm going to go ahead and start ladling this into jars, and I'll be back with you in just a moment or two.